Learn how to turn your regular calendar into your weight loss fasting guide. Going to be a really good one. So this is going to be a compliment to the most recent video that I posted about Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Pelz. She talks about everything pertaining to a woman's hormones. First of all, let's start there. But I picked up that book because I was looking to lose some weight. At the end of 2023, I did not feel like myself. I felt like I had gained way more weight in an insidious way where I really hadn't noticed. Like I was drinking and just eating the wrong things, staying up late, stressed out, had a lot of inflammation, and I was looking for a way that I could just shed those pounds. And I came across intermittent fasting, and then I came across Mindy Pelz because she specifically specializes in communicating to women how to fast safely. The thing about fasting is that there's so many benefits to it if you do it correctly, if you do it the right way. Um, just as well as I've had these great experiences with fasting, and I feel like I love it. Like I've gotten to my weight loss goal and I can want to continue fasting because I just enjoy it so much. And I feel more energy because of it. Like my relationship with food has changed and all those things. The same way that has been my experience. For some women, their experience has been hair loss, their nails become incredibly brittle, their face starts to break out. Some women gain weight when fasting. And these things are happening because they're not fasting properly. So I knew that as soon as I started talking about fasting on this channel, I needed to very quickly figure out a way to educate people on how to do it properly, especially as a woman. Because the last thing I want you to do is to try something, like be excited about something and try it, and it just go completely wrong because you're just not equipped with the right information. And Dr. Mindy Pelz has incredibly just articulated the things that we need to know as women as it pertains to fasting. But she takes it so much further than fasting because the entire book is about hormones and about your body, and it communicates things that I think every woman should know, but most women are completely oblivious to. Like the book is so good as I'm reading it, and not just her book, but all of her content. So I haven't even gotten as far in my book as I would like to have. And the reason why is because a lot of people have noticed that I've lost weight, and one of my coworkers like asked me all these questions, and I let her read one section, and she just hasn't given it back. So that's why I don't have the book. Anyway, another topic. We love her though. We love her. Her sister has PCOS, and like it's gonna be the content is gonna be amazing for her. It's gonna be fantastic, life changing. But I need my book back. I'm trying to study. Anywho, with that being said, all of her content I've watched. Dr. Minnie Pelz. I've watched her YouTube videos. I've watched so many podcasts. Just so much information of hers. But I think that this book should be given as like a rite of passage to young ladies, whether it's at sweet 16s or quinceañeras, or like when when you learn a young lady has first had her cycle, just give it to her, even if it's 12, even if she's like 12, 13, even 11 years old. Like she can start to learn these things about her body, because at the end of the day, this is what's happening inside of her body, whether she realizes it or not. And not only is it happening, but if she doesn't understand it, she's going to fall prey and be a victim to it. How empowering is it to understand the things that are happening inside of your body? You're only a victim to something if you don't understand it, if you don't know it, if you can't leverage it. And Dr. Minnie Pelz is giving us the tools to be able to leverage these things. It's incredibly powerful. So I'm going to teach you how to turn this into one of your greatest fasting guides. And this is just a calendar, right? This is my calendar. I actually encourage everyone to have a calendar. I typically go for a Happy Calendar. That's the brand. This is a Happy Calendar brand because they have such cute like colors and like themes, and then I also try to get like the little stickers to go with it because I'm annoying. I'm all about aesthetics. We're gonna talk a little bit about aesthetics at the very end because I got some things that I just think is gonna like change the game when it comes to your calendar, and when it also comes to like your studying, if you're trying to get more into studying. Because now that I don't have my book Fast Like a Girl, I did pick up two other books, and these are actually by another amazing fasting expert, Dr. Jason Fung. Dr. Jason Fung is apparently like the credit for inventing intermittent fasting typically goes to him, even though intermittent fasting and fasting in general has been like going on for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But for some reason, they give him the credit for it. He has so much information. And I'm over here trying to study because my mother is low key pre diabetic. And that's a no-go. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. So we can fix it together. We're gonna grow through this together. As I'm learning, you're gonna learn. So let's go ahead and open your calendar and let's go to this month, the month of May. Obviously, this month started on Wednesday. That was the very first day. But let me let you into something. You understanding your cycle, understanding the start of your cycle and the different parts of your cycle is honestly way more impactful than even knowing the day of the month. I need you to know the day of your cycle. So right up against day 1, 2, 3 of the month, I put the day of my cycle because that for me is almost more important than knowing the day of the month. So the very first thing I do is I go through and I put the different cycles, the different days of the cycle. And I normally put CD because what if somebody's over my shoulder? I don't need them to like be like cycle, like what is that? Even though I'm actually very open, obviously, about this type of stuff, but I just keep it cute and short. CD, and I go ahead and number 1 through my cycle is normally 29 days. So I've noticed that now that my cycle is about 29 days and not 28 days. And some women can go up to like 32 days or even longer. It's like, but that my cycle is about 29 days. So I'm gonna stop at 29 and do that. So this is how we're going to break it up. What I'm going to do is I highlight the days of the power phase and I actually write power phase on it because I'm obnoxious. And then I'm going to go back with another color and we're going to highlight the days I'm going to fast. So your first power phase is days 1 through 10. And then your second power phase is going to be from days 16 to days 20. The very first power phase is from days 1 to 10 is going to be a time where you're trying to get your estrogen up. Okay, estrogen thrives in a low glucose environment. So this is going to be when you're going to want to eat more protein, more fats. This is when you can do some longer fasts, 18 hours, 20, 24, and longer fasts during this time from days 1 to 10 because your estrogen is low, your energy is going to be coming up slowly as the days progress, and you just don't need the glucose in your system. This is when you can safely do some longer fasts. Another opportunity for you to do some longer fasts. It's not necessarily estrogen that's high, but all of your hormones during days 16 to 20 are just low. So whenever your hormones are low, you can fast. Period. That's what I'm understanding from the book. So I'm going to go in with the yellow marker and I'm going to highlight my longer fast. So yesterday on the, on the 6th, I actually fasted. I was supposed to do a 24-hour fast, but I didn't get that long. So I ended up eating. I had about a 20-hour fast. I'm going to highlight that in. And then I want to get one longer fast in before the end of this power phase. So I'm going to do one Thursday to half the day of Friday. So all day Thursday and half day Friday. So that should be at least a 36-hour fast, if not a 48-hour fast, depending on when I stop eating on Wednesday. So then I'm also going to do a longer fast in my second power phase. I'm going to do either a 48 or a 36-hour phase, 36-hour fast, and it's going to be between these 2 days. So I'm going to go ahead and include that in here. So now I clearly have my longer fast. Now I can still choose to do 16-8 on these other days, or I can do 18-6, or I can do 24. I can do other fasts during these other days, but these are going to be my longer fasts that I'm planning. I think that you planning it is a higher chance of you actually doing it because you don't want to cook one day and then we plan to fast for the next day and a half. And it's like, what's the point? You just cooked all this food. So you have to plan it. That's the only way you're going to be consistent with anything in life in general is you have to plan it. You have to write it down. You have to be clear and consistent. Because why would you try to remember these things when you have a whole second? This is like a second brain. I can have it all written out here and I can just refer to it when I need it. Now, from days 11 to 15, that's going to be your manifestation phase. You do not want to fast during that time. Your manifestation phase is basically your ovulation phase. This is going to be when your estrogen is at its highest, your libido has a spike because you have a little testosterone spike. You're going to want to highlight, not necessarily physically highlight, but you're going to want to highlight days 11 through 15 as a good time. If you have let's just say you have like a meeting, a very important meeting that you need to have, this is when you want to have it. Like important meetings, important conversations, your energy is high. Estrogen has been associated to like thicker hair, clearer skin, higher energy, like your voice gets higher. You literally are like, when you're in your manifestation phase, you are like popping. Like popping, okay? And your mental is clear. You're clear with it. That's when you want to be doing some really important things in your manifestation phase. But you won't even know that if you don't highlight that in your notebook. And then from days 21 to 29, have a seat. If you have a conversation that you need to have with your mom, with your man, with your daughter, your son, or whoever, please.
Let's just take a moment. Please don't have it during this time.
And I read that in the book, and I was like, it can't be that bad. But now that I've marked it and I paid more attention to it, those days from 21 to 29, like I am so sensitive to the point where when I look back on those days and the situations, I'm like, that did not even deserve a fraction of the emotion that I was giving it. The tears that I gave that, the anger that I had, and the conversations and the arguments that I started, like it just wasn't even, it was nowhere, like it was nowhere near. So please, you need to lock the door. Don't do it. Don't do it during this time. Just have a seat. Get you some a snack, um, some dark chocolate. Put your feet up. Put on a TV show, and just try to keep to yourself. Especially if you got something on your chest. This is not the time to get it all. Please have a seat. Mm. Oh, I want to share this really fun thing. Okay, so in one of my videos, I talked about like having an aesthetic, right? Having a cute aesthetic for 2024 and just a growth aesthetic. And I really think that focusing on who you want to become and really fleshing her out and giving her a voice and giving her a mindset and giving her an aesthetic and everything helps you to become that person. So my aesthetic right now is like nudes and neutral colors and like organized and being like, and that goes into my planner and all of that. But I want to just share these things. I think it's so cute. So I got these notebooks. So these notebooks actually come in a pack of 20, no, 12, I think. And they're like all different hues, but you can actually get them in like different colors. Like, so like, let's just say you're a pink girly, like you can get different shades of pink. And then you'll have all your little notebooks. And why do you want a whole bunch of notebooks? You're not in school. So that you can get your books and that you can study, right? So you can be at home studying and doing your life work on things that matter to you right now, this season of your life. This is another thing that is everything. Look at these pens. So this is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13? Okay, so 13 pens that are all the same color scheme. So cute. Like, and it's quality. Like every single pen, like they're all different pens, but they all have black ink. But it's just the color of the pens change. But this might be extra for some people, but for me, it's everything. And then like I just little things like this is quality. Look, it's got the little thing on it, the little rubber thing that you take off. Look at that. That's quality. Protect me. I need a rubber. Okay. Look at this. Okay, so this is a post-it note that they're translucent. Okay, and you basically can stick it on your stuff, and then you can write on top of it. And look at the different shades. Like I got brown, I got tan, I got this little gray color. Like this is all giving my aesthetic. I have multiples actually. I don't know where the rest of them are, but anyway, I just wanted to share that because who doesn't like a good aesthetic moment? Everyone. Oh, and then I have highlighters that also everything. I'll put the link to everything like in the bottom of the video, but I just wanted to share that. But anyway, guys, I hope that you take this video and I hope that you do this consistently. Like I can make this a thing that I do often with you guys, where I just share the things that I'm putting into my calendar, because that is how you're gonna stay consistent with this fasting thing, and that's how you're going to actually know. That's how you're gonna actually know what's going on inside of your body. You have to write it down. You're not gonna just remember on top of your head. Thanks, guys. I'm really excited. Please let me know how this goes. Please let me know if you do this. Yeah, I just love this. So we can do this together all the time. Okay. Bye.